Hello and welcome to Mrunal's math tutorial, and in today's tutorial we are going to look at some coding questions in AS Mathematics Cambridge curriculum. Let's look at the first question. Andy counts the number of emails which is recorded as X over here. He receives each day and notes that over a period of n days, sum of x minus 10 is equal to 27 and the mean number of emails is 11.5. Find the value of n. So it has been given to us that the emails is x and the mean number of emails is 11.5, and the coding given to us is x minus 10 over here, and the sum of x minus 10 is 27. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to write down what is the coding. So let us represent y equal to x minus 10. So y stands for the coding, which is x minus 10. We can always write mean of y is equal to mean of x minus 10. Here the mean of x is 11.5, which is already given to you. Now we need to, let's find the mean of y. The mean of y is sum of y divided by n, and here the mean of x is already given to us, which is 11.5 minus 10. What is the sum of y? Sum of y is this, which is already given to you. Sum of y is 27. We represented y as x minus 10. So sum of y is 27. So this is going to be then 27 over n is equal to 1.5. Let's cross multiply. If you cross multiply, you get 27 is equal to 1.5 n, or n is equal to 27 divided by 1.5. That gives me n equal to 18. So the value of n is 18. So that's question 1 using coding. In question 2, Khadijat noted the weight x grams of 30 chocolate bars, and her results are summarized over here. Sum of x minus k is 315 and sum of x minus k square is 4022. Now the mean weight of the buns is 50.5. So the mean of x is 50.5 because the buns are represented as x. So now let's write down what is the coding. Let us represent y equal to the coding which is given to you, which is x minus k. Then mean of y would be mean of x minus k. So here mean of y would be sum of y divided by n. Mean of x is already given to you, which is 50.5 minus k. The sum of y is this bit because we represented y as x minus k. So sum of y is 315. So 315 divided by n is equal to 50 minus 5 minus k. Now we already know the value of n. So let me put that n is equal to 30 because it's given to us that there are 30 chocolate buns. So now we have 315 divided by 30. This works out to be 10.5. So I can also say that the mean of y is 10.5, and now we just need to rearrange to get k. K would be 50.5 minus 10.5. That works out to be 40. So that's part 1 where we are finding the value of k. Part 2, we need to find the standard deviation of x. Now before we go on to finding the standard deviation of x, you have to remember that standard deviation of x is same as standard deviation of y. And to find standard deviation, we would need the sum of x square and sum of y square, but as you can see that we have sum of y and sum of y square. So what I can do is I'm going to use sum of y and sum of y square and find the standard deviation of y. So standard deviation of y is going to be equal to square root of sum of y square over n minus the mean of y, which can be sum of y divided by n bracket square. Let us substitute what we have. So sum of y square, which is given to us in the question, is 4022, and sum of y is 315. So here we have 4022 divided by n minus 315 divided by 30 bracket square. Notice that we already know what is this value because we calculated it over here, that is 10.5. yeah, so this works out to be, the square root works out to be 4.88. That means the standard deviation of x is also 4.88. Standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y would be the same. Variance of x and variance of y will also be the same. Let's look at question number 3 now. Tian measured the arm lengths x, the arm lengths are indicated as x, of 20 people in his class. He found that sum of x is 1218 and standard deviation of x is 4.2. We need to calculate sum of x minus 45 and sum of x minus 45 bracket square. So the coding given to you here is x minus 45. Let us represent the coding as y equal to x minus 45. So we can say that the mean of x would be equal to mean of x minus 45 would be equal to mean of y. So how do you calculate the mean? Sum of y over n equal to sum of x over n minus 45, right? I'm writing down all the steps for you. So sum of y is what we are interested to calculate. N is 20. Sum of x has been given to us in the question, which is 1218. So 1218 divided by 20 minus 45. So let's work out the right hand side. So this works out to be equal to 60.9 minus 45, or we can say that this is 15.9. So sum of y over 20 is 15.9. Therefore, sum of y would be 20 times 15.9, which is equal to 318. Now remember, sum of y is nothing but sum of x minus 45, because we have indicated that y is x minus 45. So that's your first answer. Now to calculate the second part, which is sum of x minus 45 bracket square, we have been given the standard deviation of x. Remember again, standard deviation of x is equal to standard deviation of y. So let us write down that standard deviation of x is equal to standard deviation of y, which is equal to 4.2. So I'm going to use 4.2 is equal to square root sum of y square divided by n minus sum of y over n bracket square. So 4.2, let's get rid of the square root. So square on both sides. 4.2 square would be equal to sum of y square divided by 20 minus, we have 318, the answer we just calculated over here. 318 divided by 20, the bracket square. So this works out to be 4.2 square equal to sum of y square over 20 minus 15.9 square. Let us add 15.9 on both sides, or you can say that move it to the other side. So you're going to get sum of y square over 20 is equal to 4.2 square plus 15.9 square, and this works out to be equal to 270.45. So sum of y square is going to be 20 times, you just cross multiply this one with this, 20 times 270.45, which is equal to 5,409. So we can say that sum of x minus 45 bracket square is equal to 5,409. Remember, if you liked this video, remember to subscribe to my channel on YouTube. That's Mrunal's Math Tutorials. I will be reminding you about it at the end of the tutorial as well. Let's look at the next question. In question 4, a summary of n values is given to us. What is the meaning of summary of n values? That means they would give you the coded values, sum of y square, and it's also given that the mean of x is 24.25. We need to find the value of n. As usual, let's write down y equal to x minus 20. This means that the mean of y is equal to mean of x minus 20. So we have this as sum of y divided by n equal to the mean of x is already given to us. So I'm not going to write that any difference. So I'm just going to substitute that as 24.25 minus 20. So the sum of y given to us is 136. Use that, is equal to 4.25. So then n equal to, or if you cross multiply, it's going to be 136 equal to 4.25 n. Therefore, n equal to, you will have 136 divided by 4.25, which works out to be equal to 32. So the value of n is 32. Now in part 2, we need to work out sum of x square. Alright, so if you look at x square, it only comes in the formula for standard deviation or variance. But to calculate that, we have been given all the values of coded. Yeah, all coded values are given to us. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to find the variance of y. Remember, variance of x and variance of y, they are the same. So that would be sum of y square over n minus sum of y over n bracket square. So sum of y square is nothing but 2888, and sum of y is 136. Let's make use of those values. So 2888 divided by n, which we worked out in the previous part, 32 minus, we're going to have 136 divided by 32 bracket square. So this works out to be 72.1875. So that means variance of x is also equal to 72.1875, and then we equate it to sum of x square. The formula again, the same formula but now for x, equal to sum of x square over n minus the mean of x. Remember, the mean of x was given to us. So this is going to be 72.1875 equal to sum of x square over 32 minus the mean of x. So the mean of x is given to us as 24.25. So let's use that. Minus 24.25 bracket square. Let's rearrange a few things to make x square as the subject. So you will move this to the other side, add 24.25 on both sides. So that is going to be then 72.1875 plus 24.25 bracket square equal to sum of x square over 32. And this works out to be equal to 660.25. Cross multiply, sum of x square is going to be 660.25 times 32. That is equal to, sum of x square would be equal to 21,128. So that's your final answer. All right. Remember to like, share and subscribe my channel. Mrunal's Math Tutorial. Thank you for watching.